Oh wait. Reach. Bingo, bango, bongo.
It's the Gamble and Ginter podcast. How are we doing?
Fantastic.
How are we doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Another day, another successful
Fantastic.
Saturday
Mr.
morning.
Fox.
We had a wonderful 12 p.m. slate. I think we went 5 for 6.
Coastal Carolina.
Coastal Carolina.
I found it's actually the Chanticleers.
Chanticleers.
Yes, it's the Chanticleers.
Now, that's interesting. And I think it's really a giant rooster, correct? It's a teal rooster.
It's like a combative rooster.
So they have a teal field at Coastal Carolina, which is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and all they do is win. Number 25 in the nation out of the Sun Belt, Fun Belt. They've beat a ranked Louisiana team this year in their past game on the road. Can we run the table? Appalachian State looks good.
When you have a logo that's Foghorn Leghorn looking for a bar fight all the time, how could you lose?
You can't.
They didn't even have their starting quarterback today, and they dismantled the opposing team.
The promise I can give to you is tomorrow is at the next show I will be wearing a Chanticleer jacket after their victory.
Did you order
Georgia
one?
State. Oh, it's
when
done.
I was in Vegas, there was a guy with a Chanticleers mask. I couldn't believe it.
They're the Chanticleers.
I mean, yeah, like I'm gonna still call them the Chanticleers. I'm trying to be proper, man. We got to be professional to some extent.
But we had we had 5 for 6 so we had Chanticleers, we had the under in that game.
Yep.
We had the over in the Memphis game, the Memphis Temple game. We missed out on Memphis. That was a big loss for
missing
us.
it by like 3 points.
Nailed Oklahoma -7. That was and Kansas State over Kansas. That was
easy.
There's some easy ones, and we like to see that, and we're going to have them more. We're going to be keeping an eye on this Iowa State game. We've got Iowa State +3. Up
we also got
7-0.
Ryan Gabriel joining us soon, our boy keeping tabs on
Ryan
the UFC fight right now.
Yeah, so the big thing going on right now is the UFC fights going on. I don't know the dude's name. Khabib?
I know it's Khabib, but it's the other guy I'm not too familiar with.
They're right now in the semifinal rounds, so at some point in the show, Ryan Gabriel is going to give us a call. He is our guest picker this week to go against Nostra Daniel.
Yeah, UFC 254, and then it's Justin Gaethje, I think his name is.
Justin Gaethje is the other guy.
Yeah, who's supposed to be really good. He's the interim champion, and I know Khabib is the actual champion. But it's supposed to be a sought-out fight. A lot of people are looking into it.
I mean, we've got a little bit of a bird's eye view on that right now. I mean, it stops every 10 seconds, but it is what it is. We're just chilling, having a good time, making some money today. We're keeping an eye on that Alabama game as well. So we're pretty much going to be waiting until he calls in to start the game. I know you guys all are waiting to see it, but I thought since we have today, we could start with a new series that we had going.
I didn't know you have new ideas.
So every once in a while, I have a new idea.
I didn't know you're that creative.
So what I'm going to be adding is I'm going to be doing a 5 card. It's going to be the card that we're going to play from 7:30, or in this case, 5:30 on today. So we're going to be over 50% each time. So I'm guaranteeing 3 for 5 each time.
60% or more each time. You're guaranteeing that.
Yes.
Let's go. The Ginter guarantee.
So I'm going to give it to you right here live. So just be ready for it. First game I'm going to give you West Virginia versus Texas Tech. That is the sooner one. You can get it right after this show, probably at 5:30. West Virginia is -3 going into this game. West Virginia in the Big 12, where we think of offense when we think of the Big 12, it's a little bit different with West Virginia, who's averaging 18.8 points a game. One of the best defenses. Not so much with Texas Tech, who's giving up almost 40 points a game. You're going into Texas Tech, but -3 for the West Virginia Mountaineers going into this game. We like that. We really like West Virginia to cover this game and cover it pretty easily. They are the much better team, and their defense, again, they're suffocating. That's for sure. So you go into the 7 o'clock slate, and There's one game that kind of sticks out as you can get a lot of value from it, and I'm looking at this Cincinnati SMU game. Number 9 versus number 16 in the nation, very quietly. You're talking about two very good teams. Cincinnati, another fantastic defense going into this game. They look to really come on strong as the 9th team in the nation, which they're above Florida right now, who I thought was a top 5 team when I watched them play.
Yeah, well, who would ever thought that Cincinnati's going to be a top 10 team this year? I don't think anybody really saw that coming.
Now, SMU is averaging almost 40 points a game. So I really do think this is, these guys combined, they're like plus 23 on average a game. These are two really, really good teams. 12.3 points a game for the Bearcats. They are suffocating. I can't go against my good friend who's coaching over at SMU. I'm going to take the Mustangs at home +1.
Okay. I see right now it's live at 1.5, and then I see actually the over-unders at 57. You think you would take the over on that?
I'd probably stay away from it. I feel like there's going to be good defense in this game. It's going to be so. I mean, is it a possibility? Yes, it's college football. Anything can happen. I'm probably not touching that personally. And then one of the last games that we have, and it's going to be the one thing that you're starting to get into gambling a little bit more, right? So you haven't had this at a college football season. When there's 30 games on, these late night games that happen in the West Coast, they make or break your day. No matter what.
There's a few actually after 10 p.m. here.
So you look at a couple of games here that we have late, and we got the Mountain West back, which is lower conference, and we've got our great Air Force versus San Jose State. San Jose State was one of the worst teams in college football last year, giving up almost. They were 4th in passing yards throughout the year. Now, Air Force is going to control the ball. They're going to keep the ball most of the game. I really like where Air Force 7.5 today. And then 2 NFL picks that I have for you. First one, I'm going to take you to the 1 o'clock slate, right? You have the Browns versus the Bengals. You have your boy, Joey Burrow.
Yeah.
And right now I'm looking at the lines, and the money's pretty split even in this game.
This is the second time they're already playing this season, right?
So you're really seeing a split money here, but a lot of the tickets are going towards the Browns. The fact that the tickets are still so consistent and the money is so consistent 50-50, there's going to be some movement going towards it, but I'd want to get the Browns right now at the -3.5 because this team is really good offensively. They have the weapons. It can't be denied. What Baker shows up, that's a big difference. But Cincinnati's offensive line is going to be in trouble.
Well, last time they played, they tied, right?
No, I don't think that's the case.
I think they tied, didn't they?
I'd have to look that up. Maybe I'll have that a little bit when because that's going to be one of your pick. That's going to be one of the games that I picked for you guys later. So we can go into a little bit more detail at that point. The last game.
Oh no, they lost by 5. Yeah. Okay, so they lost by 5 to the Browns, but they kept up in it. They're home.
The last game I'm going to give you is definitely probably going to be my lock of the week. If you can get the Chiefs right now at -7.5 against anyone, take it. And the Broncos don't match up well with the Chiefs. They got a really good win against the Patriots.
I was going to say
but they matched up really well against the Patriots.
Yeah, they match up better with the Patriots than they do with the Chiefs. The Chiefs are just so offensively loaded, and this is going to be Le'Veon Bell's first game with them.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the Hilaire and Le'Veon split because Hilaire was excellent last game.
Yeah, he's been excellent the whole season.
I mean, I think he hasn't dropped a pass this season. He's gotten 26 targets, no drop passes this season.
He's great. He's an Andy Reid dream for sure.
For sure, and he's gonna play. That's the thing. But that duplication of offense, it's really gonna be on full display against the Broncos this week. So that's your pick 5 that we had. I think. What do you think of those? You think I'm going 5-0?
I always hope you're going 5-0. Because I believe in you, and like honestly, like I like every time you bring up your points when it comes to your picks, it definitely makes a bunch of sense. So when it comes to your picks, man, I'm always praying you go 5-0. I just always pray that anybody in our community gets that. You want to join the community, you let us know. Reach out.
if you haven't yet, please reach out at the end of the show if you want to get into our gambling community. We got one set up on Discord where, we're communicating and sharing ideas, big names for the fight coming up, a lot of good stuff in the early hours with the amount of college football we've been watching and winning at, especially today. So we got more picks outside of that as well. So follow us, get into the community, get in with some good people, let us know, and we can get you in.
Yes, sir. We even got the Ginter guarantee on that. If we don't win 50% of our picks,
it's your money.
You're taking care of.
It's your money back.
Exactly.
It's your money back. It's literally at no risk to you. So if you put in whatever you put in, invest. It'll be profitable at the end of the day. Numbers show it. So, I really want to wait to get into the definitely the UFC with Ryan and the NFL. But what do we got?
Well, we could talk World Series, actually, because you and I got to watch the game last night.
We did get to watch a little bit of that game, and, how good is Justin Turner at baseball?
First off, they were literally saying when he got up there to go hit the first inning, when he cracked that home run, they were saying, like, if Morton throws him the curveball, because they were like, that's what he's known for, Justin Turner's going to take it.
Yeah, and then he threw him a fastball down the dick, 0-2.
Yeah, he threw two, like, right in the upper inner corner. And then just literally that third pitch, he knew it was going to be in that realm, and he just cracked it.
He was
so clean.
His approach that game was absolutely amazing. He's the reason they won, along with 100%. Walker Buehler, who 10 Ks,
10 strikeouts.
Big day for Walker Buehler, and honestly, I'm really enjoying the World Series from the way that
sports in general.
Played.
I think sports in general right now, like, although, like, yeah, we're in a crazy time, sports have been phenomenal.
Yes.
They have been absolutely phenomenal.
I really like this version of the NBA. Maybe it's because my team went pretty far.
Yeah.
It
says the guy in the Raptors jersey.
Yeah. That's a dope jersey, though.
You
can't even hate.
It is. You want to know a doper jersey?
The Barney the Dinosaur.
Tyler Hero.
He got a song out.
He does.
I thought he was going to have a verse on that.
No, that's too far. Dwayne Wade put a verse on a Rick Ross song not too long ago, and I wish he never would have.
With UD. UD's in it, too.
Yeah, him too.
I think it's just UD talking shit during the track, but, yeah, it's in the NBA 2K.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in 2K21.
They can keep that track.
You go to the park, and that's one of the songs that's playing.
No, they could keep the track. No, but anyway, like with the World Series, like, I think a lot of people are underestimating how great baseball has been, especially this postseason. I think this has been one of the more action-packed postseasons we've had in quite some time. A lot of scoring, a lot of great pitching. We're seeing a lot of everything almost, like, at once, which is crazy, because sometimes you're used to seeing, like, a lot of hitting, and it's just the hitting.
It's the best evolution of the game. It's just aesthetically, the best evolution of that game is just strikeouts and home runs.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful. The home runs that are hit in this series, that one by Justin Turner barely got out, but we knew it.
But it was such a clean swing. Just the moment it hit the bat and left the bat. I think the greatest thing too is, like, thinking of the first three things he did in the game, right? Was one, that home run. Two, he gets on the field and turns a double play.
That was a huge
double play.
Huge pick.
Huge double play. And then comes back up and hits a double and puts himself and someone else in scoring position. Whoever was up next. Muncy, yeah. Muncy gets up next and cracks a single. And
stupid. Cody Bellinger was batting sixth. We were like.
One thing you and I discussed was, and I said it, I don't know if you agreed with it or not, but I don't think a lot of people realize they're like the new Yankees. They paid for a decent amount of that lineup, but it's not a bad thing because they're a big market.
No.
It's L.A.
No. Here's the difference between what the Yankees had and what the Dodgers have had. The Dodgers have had just absolute stability in their organization. The Yankees back in the day in 2003 and those, like, they had Jeter, they had Posada, they had Pettit. That group
was consistency.
Was the group.
Yeah.
But they weren't building groups that were continually, they were paying for the other pieces.
I think this Yankees team, though, is getting that again.
Cody Bellinger's a product. Jock Peterson's a product. Justin Turner they got for nothing, so you could say he's a product as well. Max Muncy, they got him for nothing. Chris Taylor, they got him for nothing. They've just made great, incredible deals and continue to bring up great pieces.
Yeah.
The pitching never stops. All of a sudden, you get a Dustin May who's throwing 100-mile-an-hour sinkers.
That dude is crazy. What'd you call him again? What was his
Ginger
name?
Guard.
Ginger Guard.
Ginger Guard.
Love it. Love it.
So I think we got the end of this match. So they're about to say the result. So we should get a call from him pretty soon.
Anything you want to say before Ryan calls in?
I mean,
what is there to not say about Ryan, right?
So,
well, wait, hold on. Actually, better yet, let them know how I beat Cheese, because I would like to hear it on air, live. Just make my ears jingle a little bit.
So, I guess we're gonna start promoting this without the other person that can even defend himself at this moment. Oh my God, they're just showing at the end of the fight that guy's got like a huge cut under his eye. I don't know his name. I don't know UFC people.
I only know the Khabib. Major people.
I know Khabib.
Oh, there he is. Here we go.
There he is. There he is.
Sir Ryan Gabriel. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me connect you on.
Poor.
Say something. You there?
I am here.
There we are.
I am here.
There we are.
What's up, Ryan? How you doing, man?
Ryan, who's this guy with the cut on his eye? What just happened here?
Yeah, what is it?
Oh, my God. Okay, so that's Derek Cannonier. Derek Cannonier just lost. Robert Whittaker just won unanimous decision 3 rounds.
Yeah, they
against
just...
Derek Cannonier.
Okay. Was that a winner?
That was a winner. Okay, so that keeps the parlay alive. We had Casey Kenny earlier on in the card. Then we had, obviously, this Robert Whittaker fight. We had Alexander Volkov. And now we have Justin Gaethje in this next fight. I'm sorry to just give away my pick. But
you got Gaethje?
Yeah.
So he's got Gaethje. He's got Gaethje. He's going to take down Khabib.
Listen, Khabib, I don't know if you guys saw the weigh-ins yesterday. Khabib was absolutely gassed. This man dropped 40 pounds in his camp. He literally had to be helped off the stage yesterday after weighing in. So that's not to say that's how he's going to fight tonight, but I'm not like Justin Gaethje. They call him the highlight. So I'm not putting it past him, especially at plus. I got him at plus 280 odds. That's huge value, especially when knowing that about Khabib. Now it's not used to. He has a record of missing weight, like coming in overweight, missing weight. He's actually not even showed up to the scales one time. So it's not something that he's new to. He is 28-0, but I love this kid, Justin Gaethje. He's been unbelievable since making his debut.
Me and Amano just ran to our computers.
Yep, Ryan, I'm telling you now. I'm taking your word for it. I just put a quick little $10 bet on him. It better hit.
I'm telling you.
I'm excited.
So
I'm telling you, man.
So we're gonna do this as quickly as possible because I know you got to get to the beginning of that match. We'll see what's going on here.
Let's let him go through
all
his picks.
5 picks and talk. This is your time.
Wait, before we go on, hold on. Before we go on, I have a question because that parlay that I was telling you about with Gaethje winning, I also have Oklahoma State money line and Boston College money line. How do you feel about that?
I'm on Iowa State 100%. That was the trapper this week, but it's getting at 215 now. So people are on this right now.
So
what did you say it was again? You said it was Boston College and who?
Boston College and Oklahoma State.
Yeah, we got Iowa State in that Oklahoma State game.
Okay.
Yeah, and Boston College, I'm with you. I'm tailing you.
Cool.
I'm tailing you on that one.
So we'll have to see how these next couple hours play out.
Yeah. So
let's go on. Let's go on to these picks.
All right. So what we usually do is we give 5 picks. It's 5 different games, and you have to face off against the great Nostradaniel, great Nostradaniel, who went 2-3 in a victory week against Cheese last week. Thank you, Cheese, for being on the show.
It's only right that Cheese is a fan of the Cowboys, who's in the NFC East, which is a garbage division, and we had an NFC East style battle for me to gain my supremacy back.
That's excellent.
Oh yeah,
excellent. Love to see the Cowboys go 0-2 during Cheese's weeks too.
Yep.
I think they're 0-6 against the spread this season, but let's keep that in mind going forward. Ryan, we're gonna have you rattle it off. Stay with us give as much detail as you want. Your 5 games, sir. Let us have it.
All right. I'm sorry. Give me 1 sec. I'm on my phone. I'm sorry.
That's okay, sir. That's okay.
Mistake.
That's okay. I know the great Nostradaniel has frightened most.
I know. Look at this.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I got him in front of me too.
Let's go. Okay. So I got Green Bay -3.5 against Houston. Okay, I got really weird odds. I got Dallas at -1 against Washington. I have Brown and Bills.
You're just giving your own picks. These aren't the picks I gave you.
This guy's going on his own list?
No.
Yes. Yes.
Packers. Okay, so here they are.
No. Give your actual pick. I want to hear this because the Packers was actually the first game I gave you. So you got the Packers -3.5?
I do have Packers -3.5.
Okay, I'll steer you in the right direction here. So you got the Panthers versus the Saints -7 for the Saints. Who you got?
I'll actually take Saints -7 as well.
Chiefs, Broncos. Broncos are at home +7.5.
I have Chiefs -7.5.
It's supposed to snow. Any change with that? We got a snow game on our end.
Yep. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Niners, Pats. Pats -2.5 at Gillette, where weird things happen. Kyle Shanahan is apparently the new Bill Belichick, according to someone I saw.
No, I do have Niners +2.5 in this game.
Niners +2.5. They've been pretty valuable. They
so
balled last
Patriots
game.
are going to go on a losing streak.
It'll be great to see how they manage with Kittle there because they're going to try and take him away. But Debo Samuel, Ayuk, those guys are going to eat this week if you want to talk fantasy for a second. Bears, Rams, -6. Last game, sir. Who you got? You got the Monday Nighter.
No, I've got Rams -6 in this game as well. I'm not bought into Nick Foles as a starting quarterback. I just like the Rams at home.
All right. So those are his 5 picks. Actually, did very well. I think you may be in trouble.
No, I'm not.
All right, so it's your turn. Go talk. Just talk your shit.
All right.
Do what you need to do.
First and foremost, I got Browns Bengals +3 for the Bengals. They're home doggies, so I am gonna go with the Browns there. Pete and I.
That's one of my picks.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Pete on this one. I mean, if I'm gonna go with the common pick and I want to make sure I whoop Ryan's ass, which I plan on doing, I am going with the Browns to beat the Bengals. They're not too far from home. It's a game within Ohio, and I don't see their offense slowing down on a very terrible Bengals defense. Next, I have the Cowboys and the Washington football team, which the Washington football team is also home doggies at +1, and I am going to roll with Pete's team, the Washington football team as well.
Go football team.
Oh.
Bro, I can't see the Cowboys defense, stopping them.
They have 4 offensive linemen out.
Yeah.
And then
the
they
Cowboys
stopping who?
Ryan Kerrigan. Ryan Kerrigan.
They're going to put their fullback in at
Chase
offensive
Young.
line at some
Deron
point.
Payne, Jonathan Allen. They could still rush the
Who do
pass.
the Cowboys defense have to stop in this game?
Terry.
Yeah.
And Gibson.
You got to admit Washington does have some weapons.
They're okay. They're young. They're young, but they're good.
They need to structure a little more, but I'm going to roll with them in this game. I think they pick up the victory.
The other question I give you
love
is
Ron Rivera.
who is the Cowboys? Who have they stopped? The Rams, I guess.
No,
I don't think they've stopped anybody.
Okay, so
the only reason they won the game that they did win was because of Dak, and then that's that. All right. Next, I have the Steelers and Titans -1 in the favor.
This may be the best
Titans.
game of the week.
This absolutely will be the best game of the week. And actually, I wanted to check one thing while we're here. The over/under on this is 51.
Over.
I'm definitely going to say
Way
hit the over. But I'm also going Steelers.
Under.
I'm also going Steelers in this game.
You're taking the Steelers.
The Steelers are going to beat the Titans.
Road Ben against the Titans.
And let's also know that whoever usually wins this game right here, the 2 final unbeaten teams in, what is this, week 7, right? The usual 2 unbeaten teams that play in this week, they go to one of those teams. The one that wins goes to the Super Bowl. So I'm going with the Steelers.
These 2 teams are, they're undefeated in week 7, but both of them have early season buys because of obviously COVID.
They still got to beat 2.
It doesn't mean they can't go to the Super Bowl. And I could see it being the Steelers. I think the only thing, I don't want to say necessarily slowing down the Steelers, but like the only thing that's really like age-wise affecting the Steelers is Big Ben, but he's still playing just fine. And he has great weapons around him.
He's playing MVP level.
Yeah.
If you look at the numbers, it's
he's playing
MVP level.
He even said he's feeling as great as he's ever have before.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm going to go with the Steelers in this game. I think they are going to beat the Titans. I love the Titans. Don't get me wrong. I think they're playing phenomenally. I don't see Ryan Tannehill really leading a team to a Super Bowl. I think he's probably going to be a great regular season QB who in the playoffs just crumbles.
Oof.
I think that's how he's going to be. I can't see him being that like Super Bowl guy. If he does, kudos to him, because I don't think anybody ever counted that for him.
Tony Romo.
Yeah.
You said Ryan Tannehill's Tony Romo.
I don't even want to say. I honestly, I put him above Tony Romo at this point. I don't know. He's playing a lot better than Tony Romo ever has in a while. But hey, that's just right now. We're only 6 games in. I can't even say that for certain. But I'm saying as of right now, he's playing better than most of the seasons that Tony Romo has ever played.
The one thing about crazy Ryan Tannehill fact, he was his leading receiver at Texas A&M his freshman year.
Yep. And now he's a QB.
Yeah. Like the leading receiver as a freshman at a really good school.
I think the only way the Titans win this is if Derrick Henry has a monster game.
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing that the Steelers, they have a great linebacker play, they have smaller players, and Derrick Henry's not exactly easy to bring down.
It's a big guy.
Cam Hayward, he's going to have to get penetration. TJ Watt, I mean, come on. Yeah. TJ Watt is a defensive player of the year. He's best in pass protection. He's good. He's great. We're talking about a top 2, top 3 player in the league.
Yeah, but I don't see them. I don't know. I can't see him being everything they need to win right now. They need that balance of the pass and the run game because he can't run 200 yards every game.
I mean, agreed, but if anyone could, it's someone that looks like that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. He's a monster otherwise. But I'm still going Steelers. My 4th game that I have is the Jags and the Chargers, -7.5 in favor of the Chargers at home. This one, I kind of almost want to say the Jags keep in place, but honestly, the Chargers have been playing fairly well, and they are at home. So I'm going to stick with the Chargers at home in this one, and they're going to cover that spread.
Chargers have been great against the spread this year, 4-2.
They have been very good against the spread. I think they can win this by more than a touchdown. So I am absolutely going to go with the Chargers. My last game that I have is the Seahawks and the Cards, +3.5 for the Cards at home. I almost want to say that the Cards cover. I almost want to say that they cover, but I think the Seahawks win. I think it'll be a close game.
I actually have Seahawks winning by 3.5.
Yeah, I don't. That's a torn one. I will say that's probably the toughest one I had here.
I will tell you.
Listen, they are at home. Anything could happen.
Kyler's been playing great.
I'll give you this. Almost 88% of the money right now is on the Seahawks currently.
Good.
88% of the money is on 88%. Yes, the Seahawks is about 88% on the money there. It's an interesting game. I think the Seahawks, I think it's placed perfectly, and that's what scares me because the Cardinals know them.
Yeah,
but I'd probably
my thing is who's going to take out DeAndre Hopkins? Who's going to really slow him down? Kenyon Drake has actually been playing decent the last few games, but they also haven't had great opponents.
What's the over on that game?
Let's see real quick. So the over-under on that is 55. I could see them going over that. Yeah. I could see this being a shootout.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were a mystery over last time with the Cardinals, but they can score.
I think I'm going to sit with the Seahawks on this one. I think just to feel a little more safe, I'm going to go with the Seahawks winning by 3.5 or more. But I think this is actually going to be one of the games of the week that people are going to want to look out for. Those are two very similar style QBs between Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray. I think it'll be a great matchup.
No, it's definitely going to be. That's why they changed it to the Sunday Night Football game.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to stick with the Seahawks. Seahawks are definitely going to cover. They're going to pull off that victory by 3.5 or more.
All right. So we are. I think Gaethje just went. From what I'm looking at, he's getting put in there. We were able to get that in. Way to go, guys! Way to go, real quick there. Ryan, any last thoughts going into this fight? What do you expect to see?
I expect to see bombs. I expect to see bombs. There's going to be blood. I hope it doesn't go past 2 rounds. And I have Gaethje. Obviously, it's asinine to even think he'll knock Khabib out being 28-0, but let's hope for it.
All right, plus 210 I got it in at. I go with my advisor here. It's good value. You guys won last week on a plus 350 if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Plus 350 last week. Had the main card. I trust him in the main events. I like his information here.
The only one you need left with your parlay is Gaethje and then those 2 games you were talking about?
Correct. I just have Boston College and Oklahoma State if Gaethje wins.
Yeah, I think that game is tied currently. I know that the Oklahoma State quarterback's name is Chuba Hubbard, so I couldn't go.
Oh my God, Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard.
What kind of name is that?
And I don't know if this other game has started.
That sounds like a barbecue restaurant out in like Nebraska.
So it's looking good. Oklahoma State's driving. Hopefully, best of luck to you, sir. If I don't win it, you win. I'm glad if you.
Thank you very much. All right, guys. Khabib is making his walkout. Let me get back to watching this fight.
All right, you
man.
enjoy,
Thank
brother.
You for joining us, man.
Appreciate you having me on.
Take it easy, man.
All right, guys. Have a good rest of the show.
Ryan Gabriel.
Ryan Gabriel,
Great
everybody.
company
Thank
as
you.
always.
Thank you. As always, very entertaining. Definitely puts in, hopefully, I don't know if there's a UFC fight. It's definitely not as big as this one.
One thing I wanted to ask real quick. So we found out that Antonio Brown is going to Tampa.
Yeah, that, I mean, what is that going to mean?
I want to know what the odds on Tampa are on now to go to the Super Bowl.
You really think that they're, they just got possibly the best weapon in football.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyreek Hill is that kind of weapon.
Let's see. Tyreek Hill is definitely a weapon, but Antonio Brown with Tom Brady, the last time we saw that, what was it? Tom Brady dropped 2 touchdowns to Antonio Brown and like 4 total in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to be sitting now next to Mike Evans, Rob Gronkowski, Chris Godwin. It's a wrap. That's probably the best receiving core you've ever heard of.
They haven't been healthy, but yeah.
If they are all healthy,
and
which Antonio Brown's good at.
With that kind of team, this is going to be the best fantasy team in 2017.
So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are now plus 800
to win the Super Bowl.
The Chiefs are still the favorite at plus 375. The Ravens at plus 600. Seahawks at plus 650 above the Bucks.
Or the Steelers.
Steelers are actually 6th on the list.
6th?
Yeah,
what
plus
about
900. The Titans are plus 1,400. Which we were talking about our game earlier is that I think it's like the past 5 years, the undefeated teams to play in week 7, one of them, the winner of that game, usually goes to the Super Bowl.
I remember it was I think the great one we had. Remember the Monday Night Football Chiefs versus the Rams?
Yeah.
That great year for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. It was one of these college scores that we're seeing where these teams are putting up 55, 60 points.
Yeah. Well, if the Titans win on Sunday, doesn't hurt to put your money on them at plus 1,400.
Yeah, so just following the board right here, Alabama up 21-3. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma State. Penn State, I tried to stay away from this game a little bit because apparently a lot of people were picking Indiana. There was a lot of sharp movement forcing towards Indiana. And just to go through the day, that's a look at what we got so far on our end of things. I think it was a pretty good show today. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I think the one thing that's missing is you owe these people a pick.
So now I gave them 5 picks today.
Yeah, but you have your pick, like
My
your
pick?
lock of the week. Give us the lock.
Okay. So the lock of the week, my lock of the week, I used it. It's definitely the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs at 7.5 in the snow game. I really like the Chiefs in that game. That's my lock. But if you want to give me something else, you know what? We'll do it off the dome.
I'll give you a future lock. One in my mind.
You want a future lock?
I'm going to give you a future
rare
lock because
future
I
lock.
can't do it for this week because the Dolphins are on a bye week.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm taking the Dolphins to beat the Rams in Tua's debut.
We'll see how the line moves there. I
take
think
the
you're
Dolphins.
definitely going to get them at pluses.
I know, and people are going to count them out. But you got to think about it like this, right? We blew out the 49ers. I know it was the week that Garoppolo came back. And then the 49ers just beat the Rams. The Rams haven't been looking like the Los Angeles Rams.
They look good. They look good.
They've been kind of
played really good
lackluster.
against Buffalo. They played really good. I mean, at the end of that game to get back into that game.
They haven't
got
been
weapons.
that Super Bowl team that we just saw a couple of years ago.
But it's hard. I mean, you see with the trouble that the Niners are, it's really hard to get back. You got to be that consistent of a team. KC's that. Baltimore's that. I mean, that AFC, the powers have shifted towards the AFC.
Well,
and
I'm
it's
going
not
with
even the
Dolphins,
Patriots
man.
either. But you got that Tampa Bay team going through the Packers the way that they did. They may be the best team in the AFC. I think that,
and they're at plus 800 right now.
I think there's a lot of Brady fans.
Yeah, there's Brody fans too. For those who don't know, Pete's dog's name is Brody.
Yeah, so we are not at our usual studio today. Actually, at my studio.
Yep.
Over here. So make sure you guys give us a follow at Gamble on Ginter on Instagram and on Twitter. Ginty Fresh 36 is where you find me. Only Amano.
Subscribe on YouTube, all the podcast platforms.
Follow our Icon Network. Follow our Discord chat. DM us for information regarding payment and all that good stuff. And as I said, money back if I do not go.
We're already
over
5 for 6 today.
So we're 5 for 6 for today, and you just made the investment.
It's over 80% right there.
Yeah, we're feeling really good about ourselves.